All right, drone about to go up in the air, and we are checking out Tract 1 at the Tracts at White River. Beautiful property, heavily wooded, and actually this is the closest tract to the river. This is literally just a few hundred feet east of the actual White River, the extremely famous and popular White River in Arkansas, northern Arkansas. This is near the town of Batesville, about 10 miles, 15 miles by road to the northwest of Batesville. And as we go up a little higher in a minute here, I'm sure we're going to see the river. It's going to be off to the left. The red truck is parked on, it's actually a county road. It's called Lock 3 Road. And in this case, the lock that it refers to is basically a dam that you'll see in the river that was built for hydroelectric power generation, just a small one. Okay, so we've backed up. We're looking northerly at the property. There's the White River right there. I mean, just a few hundred feet to the west of the property. And actually the river access is to the west as well. So it's the closest tract to the river and to the actual river access, where you can put a little boat in if you want to. It's got a small concrete ramp, which is pretty neat. So Tract 1 probably has the potential to be the coolest tract out here. It just depends on I guess what someone wants to do with it. As we look at the topo map, where we are right now, we're toward the very south end of the property. So the county road, Lock 3 Road, crosses over the just within a few feet of the south end. So there's a tiny little sliver on the south side, but the bulk of the land is the way we're looking now to the north. It's going to rise up for a little bit, then go back down to a kind of a wet weather creek bed, and then it's going to start rising up, and level off once we get about north of center. And then the topo map shows that it has a huge level area, probably the north third of the property. And we have only seen that on the topo map and in this drone video. And honestly, in this, where we are right now, I think the property is a little more to the right, where that high spot is. I think we're flying north over the west side of the property is my best guess. And if you look at the topo, we should have spliced it in here because you could really see what I'm talking about. There's basically a large private ridge and then flat area right on this property. It's like centered on Tract 1. Beautiful river. That's why I think if you look to the right where it gets a little higher and levels off, that's probably more toward the center of Tract 1. It has the potential for an amazing river view. There's the lock or the dam right there. Now that I think about it, I think it's a dam and a lock. So it's got the dam going across the river, and then on one side or the other there's a lock to let boats through, basically. Way up on the right, about a mile to the north, you can see some houses. Unbelievable section of river. You can fish for rainbow trout and brown trout, I believe both types. Smallmouth bass, the fishing's great for that. Catfish, we've even heard walleye looking southerly. Beautiful area. When we took this video late summertime, the water was actually pretty low in the river. And we're checking out the dam there. We have not yet had the chance to get some fishing poles in the water on that river, but a couple times we've been down at the river edge and there's been people out there fishing, so we've chatted with them, and that's kind of how we got our fishing information there. But yeah, Tract 1, you really have to look at the maps to really appreciate how this lays. This also has that kind of secondary, I guess, access road that adds a little value to the property. It's going to, so where we are parked is on the county road. And if you go north from there, there's a small existing road that crosses tracks 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up to tract 5. So you can use that for access as well. But ultimately, I mean, highest and best use of this property would be to get some kind of trail to the north side, so you could get up there where it levels off, and very likely has a river view. Just looking at the topo and seeing how it's situated, it would just almost have to have a river view, even if you had to clear out a few of those trees. It does have what the topo shows as a creek bed, which we're sure is a wet weather creek bed. I don't recall seeing any water running when we were out there, but that's likely to have some cool rock formations. There are caves in the area, and the first place we start to look for caves or springs is always these little creek beds like you might have on tract 1 there. So that's it for the drone video. Check out the ground video, check out the maps and the other stuff we have, but looks like an awesome property, the closest one to the river and to the river access. Just a really special tract. If you have any questions, please let us know.